is up, guys? If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Kai. I now have my nutrition certification through Precision Nutrition, which I'm so excited about. On my previous videos, I've done my whole little intro saying that I'm still trying to get it, but now I completed it and I'm so excited. So I thought it was actually a perfect time to actually do a review on Precision Nutrition, just because I just finished it. I want to share my thoughts because there's obviously a whole lot of programs out there. This is just the one that I chose because I thought at the time was fitting for me. So I wanted to give my thoughts and reviews, especially if you're thinking about this specific program. Like I said, there's so many. I hope this is helpful for you. So yes, let's get into it. So I did the Precision Nutrition Level 1 program. Again, they have 3 levels, I believe, and then they also have like other courses like here and there. I know there's like a free course where you can just learn about basics of nutrition, but it doesn't give you like an actual certification. It's just a course for you to learn on your own time type of situation. But I did the PNL1, which I know that like you can actually include PNL1 in like your signature for your name. So like if you guys go to my Instagram, which is linked down below, I'll have like PNL1 on my bio. Let me make a note right now. I am not a registered dietitian. This program does not certify you in that way. It's just more of like a nutrition coach is the way they kind of blanket it. Again, there's a whole lot of rules and regulations that will depend on your area. That's actually a great point now that I should mention. Look at your area where you're located, see what kind of rules and regulations there are. Like I said many times, if you see my other videos, sometimes there are rules and regulations that won't allow a nutrition coach to make a meal plan for someone. That is illegal, which again, I can get into this. This is always gonna be a whole separate topic on its own, but that's something that frustrates me when I see like people on Instagram who lose weight and then suddenly start coaching people and like start giving meal plans, and I'm like, are you sure you can do that? Like, did you double check? It can be illegal in some parts, you know? So definitely make sure to check first your area, check out the laws there, because like I said, some places are like, okay, cool, do a meal plan, but the other places are a lot more strict where like they're saying no, it's only registered dietitians that can do these things. So make sure to check that out first, because I think that also will make a better choice of what kind of program you should do. Like I said, I did level 1. I have my notes on my phone, so if you see me looking down, that's why. The total cost was $948. I did do a payment plan, which was $79 a month for 12 months. I will say something about Precision Nutrition that I find a little frustrating is that like I just googled it, like Precision Nutrition Level 1, and it did just make you register for like your free brochure, and like there was no easy way to just look at the pricing. So I did register for this back in 2023, so it's been a year. I have no idea if the prices have changed or not, which again, it just was so hard to just check quickly. I was like, I'm not gonna register for like a brochure again. That was annoying. Keep that in mind. I have no idea if the price has changed, and this program is all fully in line. They do send you books, which I think is really nice because you don't have to pay extra. Obviously, I'm pretty sure it comes with like the price of the program, you know, it's included in that. I thought that was really nice of them. You don't have to pay for shipping or anything. They'll just send it out to you. So you have physical books for the program. This is what they look like. There's 3 basically sections in this program. So they do send you the workbook, which I'll get into it right now with my pros and cons, because the workbook is basically the questions that are at the end of every chapter. Again, this is going to come more into how you like to study, but we'll get into it. And then there's 3 basically sections for this program. The first one is Unit 1, Precision Nutrition Approach. Unit 2, Science of Nutrition. Unit 3, Working Through PN Coaching Process. The second section is probably the thickest section of all. You guys can see it is the one that has the meat of this program, because it's like the most sciencey stuff. It's in this section, and I will say this is the section that will break you. Not in a bad way, it's just a lot of information. But yes, I thought it was nice that they send this to you. This is like a nice sturdy holding box too. Again, I've had this over a year now, and it's really nice and put together, so I at least appreciate that. So that comes with your program. So let's talk about pros. This is how I'm gonna break it out, pros and cons. But yes, pros first. This is a go at your own pace course, which again is something that I enjoy. It did take me over a year to complete. That's just because obviously I was taking my time with it. And again, this goes back to how you study. I feel like that's gonna be like a major thing of how you get through this program. There's people that I've seen get this done quick, which this is a whole separate point, but I'll mention that now. They do have like a Facebook group that you can join, which is like all the students for this level. So you'll see people asking questions, you'll see people make study groups, but you'll see there are some people that are like, I'm already at this chapter and I just started, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, it did take me a very long time to get through it, I'm not gonna lie. The science section broke me a lot. It was just a lot of information, and obviously I wanted to absorb it well. So it took me slow. So seeing other people, I was like freaking out because I was like, I'm so behind. But again, it is a go at your own pace course. There's no deadlines, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. You can take your time. You don't feel pressured. However, if you're a person that needs deadlines, that might be a difficult thing for you because again, there's no deadlines. It's whatever you desire. So obviously I will say assess how you study because that's going to be a big major point if you want this program, because again, there's no like no one checking up on you. It's like all on your own. Like I mentioned, this program is fully online. The ebook is available online. Basically what's on these books, it's available on an ebook online. Even the workbook questions, which again is what I wanted to mention, each chapter has questions at the end. Once you like finish reading it, they'll give you questions, you answer them. It's obviously about the chapter that you read, and exactly the same questions as the workbook. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't know if I want to make this a pro and con because I feel like I'm mentioning the stuff that are pros but they have a con with them. Again, this goes back to how you like to study. I personally didn't use the workbook at all because I was like, I'm already reading it online. I was going through all my notes. I was taking notes on Google Docs for online. I hardly use these, like the physical books, but again, that's just me. I prefer everything online anyway, so I was doing also my workbook questions online. That's gonna be up to you of how you're like, oh, I study better in like writing stuff down. All the questions are the same online and in the physical book, so again, how you like to study. However, this is not my con for the online ebook. It is kind of hard to manage. Like you can download the ebook. I know a lot of people have asked if there was like an audio version and there isn't. It is kind of difficult to look through and like move around. Like it is not my favorite way. I get that they're protecting their like intellectual property. That understandably makes sense. I understand that. But like the actual like e-reader part of it, because it's like on their website where you can access it, like it's through the website, like you can download it on an iPad or anything. It's on their website. I don't know, it was kind of difficult. I hope that someday they kind of work out a way to make it easier to look through, so we'll see if they do that. Again, another thing to keep in mind. And like I said, the Facebook group is so helpful. People will ask a lot of questions. They'll ask questions about like certain chapters. They'll ask questions about certain questions, like, and people are really helpful to, oh, this is how I understand it. Their admin team is also extremely responsive, so if you have any type of questions, you've seen them respond super quick. It's such a great tool to have. Some of now, I guess, my cons are for sure just cons. I don't even know if it's a con or anything. They will smash up a lot of material into one chapter. A lot. There's some chapters that are so long, and I feel like that's also what took me a long time to get through them. I was taking a lot of time getting through these. For reference, I have my bachelor's and my master's. Getting through these chapters was so exhausting. Literally finishing a chapter felt like a huge accomplishment to me. They just mash in so much material into like one chapter. It's just overwhelming, I guess. And I will say at times it does get a little repetitive, which in a way I understand because like this is very important stuff. I mention this all the time, but like dealing with people's health is so important because this is someone's literal body and any mistake we can make can be harmful. So I get that they're drilling things in. It's just so much information. I guess that's like what I enjoy of it being like go at your own pace, because I would get so overwhelmed if like I had deadlines for this and I was like, I cannot understand all this. So there is a lot of information in these books. This also leads to the whole exam portion. So the way that they do exams is that your exam scores are basically cumulative. I know like people have test anxiety. I have test anxiety. This was very stressful for me because one small score can like potentially get me out of the range to like finish my certification. Again, that's very stressful because you're kind of like, oh my gosh, what is it that I need to know? So that's again something to keep in mind, where like you can get 10s and then let's say you get like a couple low scores here and there. It's cumulative, so it's gonna be like the average of all these scores. You need to stay about a certain percentage to be able to get your certification. In a way, I do get it. Each exam is just like 10 questions and they're all multiple choice. But like I know for me, I'll get like 1 or 2 answers wrong and I will get so stressed out because I'm like, what if this ruins my average? But thankfully I passed. That's again something to keep in mind. If you have test anxiety, just go through the test. Again, thankfully it's not timed. Just go through your test at its own pace. Make sure you look at your notes, because again, there's so much material that you're also going through. You don't know what they're gonna ask. I thought that was a little stressful. In a way, I do understand it, because again, there's not really other ways that they can grade you. You know, you don't submit homework or anything. The exams are the only way that like they grade you on, basically. So again, keep that in mind, especially if you have test anxiety or like you don't do well on exams. I know that I was like that, which again stressed me out a lot. So that's the thing that happens. But yeah, overall, I felt like the program was very thorough. Like I said, there's so much material in this. And I will say that like, again, the Facebook group is such a great source, because there's people that were like me, they're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of science, I need to break it down. They do sometimes do like Zoom like study sessions or like Zoom meetings where someone from the program is there, you can ask them questions, which I think is super neat of them. But yes, like the middle unit is all science. It gets a little overwhelming. I will say though that something that's really helpful is they do have a lot of graphs and like diagrams and stuff throughout the book. They also have case studies at the end of once you finish reading and you do your work book questions. They have a lot of case studies which are so helpful. I actually really enjoy the case studies just because they were super interesting, and it also helped put things into perspective. It also like it had a lot of different like scenarios, which I thought was also very helpful because no one person's the same, so I thought that was really helpful. They have additional reading. They do have some resources that you can still use even after you finish the program. Like they have client intake forms. Obviously you'll always be able to use your calculator. I thought it was really nice. But overall, I think it was a pretty decent program. I feel like if you're still shopping, I'm not gonna flat out say this is like the best program ever. Oh my gosh, it changed my life. But I will say it's a pretty decent starting point. Like I thought I learned a lot, that I actually feel knowledgeable on like nutrition and stuff. I will say definitely keep this program in your options and then look through other ones, because like I said, I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely learned a lot, but I would rate it maybe like a 7.5 out of 10 type of situation where like I genuinely enjoyed it, thought I learned a lot. Maybe there's something better out there. I did look at a couple other ones, but again, this one at my time in my life, this one just fit like my schedule better and all that stuff. So again, it's a pretty solid choice if you need one. If you're like, you know what, I just want to get my foot in the door, I think this is a great one. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down below, and make sure to subscribe. And if you guys have any other video ideas, let me know down below. Again, this channel is more for wellness. I want to talk more about nutrition. If you guys want to hear something specific about nutrition, I will love to share that, and just my personal journey on my own wellness journey. I will love to have you guys around, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.